How can I drill holes through porcelain tiles without cracking them? How can I cut porcelain tiles? I'm using porcelain tiles instead of ceramic. Is there any difference? These are some of the questions that we get asked on DIY Doctor a great deal lately. Porcelain tiles seem to be in vogue at the moment. They've taken over from ceramic tiles, and there's a very different approach to drilling them and cutting them. And we're very pleased to have been offered the solution by 365 Drills. Up until fairly recently, to drill ceramic tiles and indeed porcelain tiles, we have used something called a hole saw and an arbor. The arbor fits into the hole saw and from that point into the drill. The pilot drill in the arbor goes through the tile and allows these, in this case tungsten teeth, to drill the hole through the tile. Okay? Now that's all very well and good, except when you've drilled that hole, you can't move it. That's the only position that hole can be. To widen it, especially with porcelain, is virtually impossible. So the 365 drills have come up with the solution to that as well. So also these are quite slow, and they're being replaced very, very quickly by diamond tipped drill bits, and that's what these are. So before we open that packet, I'll show you a close-up of the 40mm drill bit. The packet that I just showed you is a bathroom kit. There are drills in there for every size of hole that you will need in the bathroom, and you can see quite clearly that it doesn't have an arbor, it doesn't have a pilot drill, and it's ringed with diamonds all the way around there. So it cuts and grinds its way through the tile. Okay? Now because it doesn't have a pilot drill, there could be a tendency for this to slip about on the surface. So 365 have come up with a very clever template design, and this template has all of the holes from 6, 8, 16, 30 and 40mm, and they will allow you then to place this guide plate onto the tile. It has some non-slip pads on the back, so as you put it onto the tile and press down, you can place your diamond tipped drill bit in the guide hole and drill that tile without any fear of it slipping. Now we'll demonstrate that live later on, and not only am I going to demonstrate it in the studio here, but we're going to take this kit out onto site and show you it being done live on site by a professional tiler putting in an ensuite shower room. So you'll actually see it being used on site. So the professionals love this kit, and now I want to talk about the kit itself. When you tile a bathroom, there are a number of holes, most standard but some non-standard. The standard holes are 6mm, that's these little chaps, 8mm, so the 6mm take red wall plugs, the 8mm take brown wall plugs, and if the camera just pans over to my right, you'll see that I've already drilled a couple of holes in that porcelain tile. So we have a red wall plug and a brown wall plug. So that's a 6mm and an 8mm hole. And you get 2 bits of each size in the bathroom kit. Down the bottom here we have a 16mm core bit, diamond tipped, and that is for 16 or 15mm copper pipes. Gives you a little bit of play either side of the pipe. Next to it there's the 40mm, so that will take 32mm waste pipes in the bathroom, and we can use that to enlarge the hole to take 40mm pipes as well. Next to that there's the 30mm, this is actually the 40mm, the 30mm there is for 22mm copper pipes, and because most shower fittings and bathroom fittings have quite large cover plates on there, we like to use the 30mm for the 15mm copper pipes as well, so there's quite a bit of play there, room for manoeuvre, so if you don't get it right the first time you've still got a little bit of play. In the kit you also get the guide plate, and you also get rather a clever little hook for when you're tiling. It allows you to rake out any debris between the joints before you grout, and while you're tiling, you can insert that behind the tile, turn it and pull the tile out a little bit to make sure all of the front of the tiles are flush. That comes free with the bathroom kit, as does a rather special little sponge. You drop this in water and it expands, and you end up with this. Here's one we made earlier. So simply drop that in the water. Those two items come free with the bathroom kit, and they're very useful indeed. You'll see me using the sponge to cool the drills down as we go. But that's the bathroom kit. At today's date, which I think is the 6th of September 2013, these are going for $49.99. Now that's ridiculous, because I actually went into one of the larger DIY sheds last night and I looked around the shelves, and they have their own brand. They say they are the cheapest, and they tell you that you can do it. And the larger drills are retailing at £18 each. The 30 and the 15 or the 16 millimeters are retailing at £16 each. These small bits, the 6 and the 8, are going for £8.50 each. So if you add that lot up with the guide plate, the hook and the sponge, you have well over 100 quid's worth of drill bits here, and they're going for $49.99, which is remarkable. You don't have to buy the kit, you can buy them individually, so please go and have a look at the 365.com website and you'll see exactly what you need for your bathroom. But the kit is excellent value and contains everything you're going to need for a bathroom. Okay, so that's the kit itself. I'm going to open the kit up, and I'm going to use let's take the most common one out, the 16 millimeter, and I'm going to put that in this drill. When you're drilling these, remember to use the drill. I'm making a noise over myself. Put it on a slow speed. This is on number 1 here. It doesn't need to be a fast speed at all, and the diamond will need cooling down as we go. I'm going to drill firstly into the ceramic and then into the porcelain so that you can see the difference. And the first thing that I'm going to do is put my cover plate, my guide plate, onto the tile itself. I would have marked where I needed the hole to be, as you'll see later on in the video on site. And there are 2 little depressions there that show you the best place to push this down so that those pads on the back can grip the tile to stop it slipping. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a sponge ready, because we need to wet down the hole to keep the drill small, so we'll keep that ready for it. Okay, and then I'm going to put the drill bit in the hole just to make sure everything fits, and start it very slowly. Okay, now when I've done that for a couple of seconds, I will have created or cut into the tile enough for the hole to be self-guiding. So it's going to guide that drill bit. That won't slip anymore. That's going to be there. And then I'm going to put the sponge up against it and squeeze it so that there's some water. There we go. So that's through, as you can see, a fairly thick ceramic tile. It took absolutely no time at all. We'll clean the debris away and we can see that we've got a lovely neat hole there, which would be absolutely ideal for a 15mm copper pipe. Okay, so that's the 16mm bit, and that's into ceramic, so we can put that to one side now. Now, to drill on the wall, we're going to need our guide plate again. We've still got the 16mm bit in the drill, and of course we're going to need to damp our sponge down a little bit so the water doesn't have to be clean. It can be, we can rinse the sponge out and use it again. we've got our guide plate, and we're going to push our guide plate using the two impressions there to hold it on the wall, okay? And I'm hoping the camera can see me still. I'm going to place the 16mm bit in the appropriate hole and drill slowly. Just for a second or two, just to mark the tile. We now have enough of a hole to be self-guiding. So I'm going to place the drill bit in the hole, and then I'm going to push the sponge, which is full of water now, up against the drill bit, so that as the drill bit turns, it collects water from the sponge. Now while I'm doing this, there's a clock in the background that you can see is just coming up to 1/4 past. So porcelain tiles are very, very hard. Ordinarily, using a pilot bit, they would take quite a long time to drill, so please note how long this takes. Every now and again I'll take the drill bit out just to make absolutely sure that we've got plenty of water there to cool the bit down, and then we'll carry on. And there we have it. A perfect hole through a very thick porcelain tile. There are no chips around the edge. It's a perfect size for your pipework. It's done on the wall, which is considerably more difficult than doing it on a flat surface. And all in all, it didn't take very long at all. These are an excellent addition to any DIY and indeed professional toolkit. So let's go back over here and talk a little bit more about the other sizes. I'm going to demonstrate this on the ceramic tile because it's a little bit quicker. If I have bought, for example, a cistern flush, they're not standard sizes and each manufacturer has a different size. So they might not be 30mm, 40mm or whatever. You might need to enlarge a hole bigger than the standard drill bit that we have here of 40mm. Okay, so put a little bit of water on the tile itself. I'm going to hold this down and okay, so I've drilled then a hole that is there I have a 40mm hole, okay? But my cistern flush requires a hole of 45-50mm, okay? Unlike using the standard pilot hole and arbor drill bit that we spoke about earlier, using this guide plate, I can simply move this hole. So I'm going to place the guide plate over the hole that I've already drilled, and it will allow me then let's move this so you can see that properly. It will allow me then to drill a hole any size I like. And by moving the guide plate, I can just simply take more and more off of the until I've got hole that I need. Now, we're not going to win any prizes or grants from the Art Council from the neatness of that hole, but bathroom equipment always comes with large cover plates. That's what they're for, because this now, using this 365 diamond drill kit, allows me to create a hole any size I like, whereas before, using the pilot hole and arbor system, that was impossible. So obviously, having cut the hole, we're left with the remainder of the tile inside the core bit. So we just use the slots at the side to put a screwdriver in and push that out, and the drill's clean again, ready for reuse. Put the tile up dry.
Mark in the centre of the pipe. Should be the same height. Yeah.
That's it. So we've marked the tile, and by extending that line across the tile and matching it up with the two vertical lines, we should have marked the centre point of each pipe. And we'll take that over to the bench, and we're going to use a new drilling system, something that I've never used before. Lewis the tile has never used before, so let's see how we go with it. So here we are using the 365 drills, porcelain drill bits. We've got two 15mm holes to drill for shower valves. We're on site, so this is in a real situation. The tiler himself has never used these bits before. I hope you can hear me over the drill, but of course we're using the sponge. Just gently squeezing water into that jig so that the water keeps the diamond blade cool. No pressure on the drill, just let the drill grind its way through the hole. There we go. So we've got one more to drill, and just before we do that, let's stop for just a second, if you don't mind, Lewis. Yeah. So you've not used that before. DIY Doctor keeps everything real, as I think all of our users know by now. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good bit of kit, really. Get a nice clean car now. It didn't take too long. I mean, porcelain's pretty tough to drill through.
I was going to say that. I mean, that's exceptionally tough stuff, isn't it? And you can look, if the users want to look back through some of the other videos, they can see the tests that we've done on the tiles just to prove to people that these are porcelain and not ceramic. So, what do you think in terms of value? I mean, we're looking at 50 quid for a 6-bit set. What do you think? I mean, you've got enough there to do 3-4 bathrooms before you start replacing bits. What do you think?
I'd be happy to pay 50 quid for that. I mean, it took me 40 seconds to get through a porcelain tile, which is
perfect.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, and it's a nice neat hole. Yeah. Great. Well, let's get on with the next one then, and see where we go. So we put the template on, push down on the template, squeeze the sponge, drill in at a slight angle. So let's have a look to make absolutely sure that these are going to fit in over the tape. And there we go. Absolutely perfect. You can see the horizontal joint, the space is yet to go in, but two perfect cuts round the feed pipes for the mixer valve. So 365 drills certainly did their job here on site. So there you have it. You've seen it demonstrated in the studio here, you've seen it demonstrated by a professional tiler out on site. It is a fantastic system. 365 drills from Porsadrill. The best kit for the home improver is the bathroom kit. It has everything in there that you need for both standard and non-standard hole sizes. We can go for 22mm pipe, that's a 22mm pipe connector. We can hide the tap connecting end in the wall with a 40mm hole. We can put 15mm copper pipe. We can do any size of butterfly toggle. We can do wall plugs of every size, red, yellow, brown, all of the drill bits that are included in this bathroom kit at $49.99, I can't get over that, will allow you to drill any size hole. You've seen that we can enlarge holes for non-standard larger holes like 40mm waste systems. Sometimes when you have a collar or a bend on a 40mm pipe, it goes up to 45mm. So we can drill any size hole we like using this system. You get a free tile hook to allow you to make sure that all of your tiles are flush, and a free sponge to keep your diamond system nice and cool while you're drilling. And really everything that you need for a bathroom to lay porcelain tiles and indeed ceramic tiles. If you're just doing ceramic tiles, these drills will go through twice as quick as your normal drill bits. They don't slip, they don't vibrate, they won't crack the tiles, they're very, very easy to use. And to be perfectly honest, DIY Doctor can't recommend these highly enough. 365drills.com, go and get yours today.